hearing me? But Gerard was in bed. Hi, Madison.
Before I forget,
Ah,
I'm going to cry.
a big shout out to Leon. Guys, I'm here. Yeah, sorry for starting late. I'm your fan. Oh, hi, lovely. Hope you're good. Dina. Oh, my nose is. Guys, sorry, I'm just coming. I love you too. Clarky. Oh dear, Clarky. So, what am I saying now? Yeah, sorry for starting late. I was just on the phone with my family, so it took a while. Give a shout out to Luna. Okay, let's start, guys. Please, before we begin, can you please like and subscribe? You're so pretty. Oh, thank you. You're gorgeous as well. You're gorgeous as your name. Okay, guys. Please let's like as you come in. Can we please like? Yeah, as you come in, please like. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. So drop your names if you have like and subscribe. Okay. Oh, you like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Clock it. Pa, sweet this night.
School fees up to take my sweet here from you. So, better see me to
Now,
the balance.
wow.
You have to reduce my sugar level.
Hey, lao. Shop, is, shop sweet, oh. You are 40. More than 40 years old man. Yeah, guys, please let's quickly like and sub. Yeah, let's dive into it. A big shout out to Whitney. Ah, all right. No one even liked. I just have only 6 likes. Only 6 out of 26 persons on this live. Oh, not fair. Not fair now. Yeah, let's make it better. That will make me happy. Yeah, please let's like. Thank you. Okay. A big shout out to Josie. A big shout out to Minji.
Jeez.
A big shout out to Oli. I am only a kid.
Truly.
Hmm? No, you're only a kid. I wish you all the best, my darling. Okay?
Wish you the best kid.
Be nice to your parents. That is only what I will say. And listen to your parents, okay? All right, let's dive into it. A big shout out to Bella. Oh, hi, Callum. A big shout out to you, Callum. A big shout out to Kihana. Guys, please let's drop our names and I'll give you a shout out, okay? Let's go. A big shout out to Willow. A big shout out to Ola. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Leslie. A big shout out to Willow. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Mia. A big shout out to Candy. A big shout out to Indy. A big shout out to Courtney. Shout out to Leslie. Shout out to Emilia. Shout out to Ivy. Shout out to Lena. Shout out to Harjun. Shout out to Evie. Shout out to Poppy. Shout out to Janet. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Hoya. Shout out to Lassie. Shout out to Ken Hagan. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Urameshi. You're welcome. Shout out to Ivy Rose. Shout out to Isaac. Guys, drop your names. I'll give you a shout out. Drop your names on the comment section. I'll give you a shout out. Guys, please don't forget to like and sub. Thank you. A big shout out to Marcy. A big shout out to Anya. Yes, the big shout out to Zilly. Yes, I do. A big shout out to Kara. A big shout out to Ari. A big shout out to Mackenzie. A big shout out to Kennedy. Shout out to Aya. Shout out to Kathleen. Shout out to Kira. Shout out to Sina. Shout out to Brianna. Dog. Shout out to Sasha. Shout out to Lucy. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Kia. Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to Diana. Shout out to Amber. Shout out to Kira. Shout out to Aya. Shout out to Amara. Shout out to Kinsley. Shout out to Kehaga. Shout out to Onyx. Shout out to C. Semena. Thank you. Happy birthday to your daughter. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I know some of you want to comment on our videos. Sorry, I didn't know the comment section was was off, so I think I've turned it on now. So you can drop your comments on our videos just to wish her happy birthday. Okay, so I didn't know it was turned off, so I just realized that, and I've gone to turn it on, so you can drop your comments. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Paige. A big shout out to PC. A big shout out to Philly. A big shout out to Olivia. A big... Please, let's drop our names. I'll give you a shout out. A big shout out to Zoe. Are you crying? No, I'm not. I'm not. My eyes are wide open. A big shout out to Tinton. A big shout out to Poppy. Oh, a big shout out to Homebrew. Change your profile. Good. A big shout out to Skylar. A big shout out to Nisa. A big shout out to Benton. A big shout out to Emily. Shout out to Roger. Shout out to Nisa. Please, let's go like and subscribe. Thank you, lovelies. Thank you, lovelies. Like, subscribe, and drop your names back to back, my darlings. A big shout out to Urija. Big shout out to Daria. A big shout out to Lainey. Shout out to Elizabeth. Shout out to Mahi. Please drop your names on the comment section. I'll give you a shout out. Thank you so much. Back to back. Let's go. A big shout out to Max. A big shout out to Eva. A big shout out to Holly. A big shout out to Crimson. Big shout out to Neko. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Elena. A big shout out to Tessa. A big shout out to Mandali. A big shout out to Jojo. A big shout out to Samantha. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Richard. Shout out to Imogen. Shout out to Emilia. Shout out to Melanie. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Dottie. Shout out to... Still the same person. Shout out to Aria. Shout out to Lala. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to Delphine. Thank you so much. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Zara Lee. Shout out to Imogen. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Amber Rosa. Shout out to Lola. Please drop your names on the comment section. Guys, let's go like and sub. Let's go like and sub. Thank you so much. Thank you. A big shout out to Lillian. I can't read your name. Let me tell him. Bree Bree. Bree Bree, if you're here, I can't read your name. Can you rewrite it? It's too faint. Use another, how would I call it? Use another write-up, something bold that I can see. Eh?
Another style.
Use another style. Is it fonts? Yeah. Please. I'm not saying it Bree Bree, please. Honestly. A big shout out to Mia. Oh, better. A big shout out to Brianna. Yeah, you just changed it and I saw it. Yeah. A big shout out to Gabriella. A big shout out to Evelyn. A big shout out to Ray. A big shout out to Hata. A big shout out to Yuna. A big shout out to Heather. Shout out to Daran. Shout out to Goshen. Shout out to Mahala. Shout out to Ameali. Shout out to Kiko. Shout out to Rain. Shout out to Kiki. Shout out to Notsa. Shout out to Darren. Shout out to Luna. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to Bella Bella. Shout out to Nietzsche. Shout out to Mishu. Shout out to Vanessa. Shout out to Harvin. Shout out to Bella la la la. Shout out to Connie. Shout out to Dana. Shout out to Leala. Shout out to Mishu. Shout out to Lillian. Shout out to Christine. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Alondra. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to Konik. Shout out to Sunny. Shout out to Kennedy. Shout out to Dahijo. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Kahi. Shout out to Bethany. You're welcome. Shout out to Phoebe. Hi, Maddie. Shout out to Maddie. Clock it. Shout out to Angel. I love your voice. Thank you, Brianna. Shout out to Violet. Shout out to Kate. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Elose. Shout out to Shalinqui. Shout out to Gabi. Shout out to Benson. Oh, shout out to Michael on TikTok. Thanks for the rose. Oh, Michael. Hope I pronounce your name well. Thank you so much for the rose. Shout out to Angu. Shout out to Soma. Shout out to Michael. You're pretty. Thank you so much, Brianna. Shout out to Arali. Shout out to Cambry. Shout out to Afsat. Shout out to Elodie. Shout out to Olivia. Thank you. Shout out to Trey Quavios. Shout out to Nora. Shout out to Sunflower. Shout out to Elodie. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Oliver. Shout out to Janet. Shout out to Cora. Shout out to Jennifer. Olawa. Olawa. I never even checked before. Let me check Olawa. Where I know. Shout out to Bali. Thank you so much. Thanks for the roses. Thank you. Thank you for singing my name anytime, my darling. Please, guys, let's go like and sub. Let's go like and sub. Do you have Down syndrome? No. I don't look like one. I think Down syndrome, you can see it on their face. Yeah, their appearance, their facial appearance. Yeah, you will know if they are Down. So I'm not Down syndrome. You can look at me properly. Let me lift the camera. No, I'm not. A big shout out to Kate. A big shout out to Lila. A big shout out to Connie. A big shout out to Elijah. A big shout out to John. A big shout out to Marissa. A big shout out to Samuel. A big shout out to Elodie. A big shout out to Malika. Oh, I'm so happy I got my first shout out. Oh, you're blessed, my darling. anytime, any day. So you always get your shout out every day. As long as you come to this life and you keep putting your name, okay? So don't be shocked, don't be surprised. I'm here to give you shout out, okay? A big shout out to Olivia. A big shout out to Louisa. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to London. A big shout out to Magnet. Okay, a big shout out to Margaret. I think
Margaret.
because the first spelling was wrong. A big shout out to Margaret. A big shout out to Bozy. A big shout out to Brianna. A big shout out to Claire. A big shout out to Ben. A big shout out to Abigail. Some persons are on my comment section on my videos. I can see the it's popping up that people are commenting on my videos. Thank you so much. I just hope they know I'm on live now so they can still join. Yeah, thanks for the likes, for the comments. I can see them coming. A big shout out to Araza. A big shout out to Pat. A big shout out to Brooke. A big shout out to Iman. A big shout out to Candenza. A big shout out to Kira. A big shout out to Bobby. A big shout out to Vivian. A big shout out to Precious. A big shout out to Sienna. Oh my goodness. This thing is coming so fast. Let's go. I will make it. A big shout out to Loki. A big shout out to Frida. Oh my god. A big shout out to Avari. A big shout out to Osha. Why am I laughing? A big shout out to Frida. Oh god, I'm not seeing it again. I'm tearing. A big shout out to Azali, a big shout out to Kelani, a big shout out to Lexi, big shout out to Johnny, a big shout out to Vivian, a big shout out to Loki, a big shout out to Benedicta, a big shout out to Malika, a big shout out to Leon, a big shout out to Harlow, a big shout out to Annalise, a big shout out to Zoya, a big shout out to Liam, a big shout out to Harlow, a big shout out to Kali, a big shout out to Alodi, a big shout out to Reed, a big shout out to Sima, a big shout out to Chloe, a big shout out to Lila, a big shout out to Shaka, a big shout out to Charlotte, a big shout out to Margaret, a big shout out to Sarah. I love your names. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Gabby. A big shout out to Jackson. A big shout out to Bree. A big shout out to Jackson. A big shout out to Dewey. A big shout out to Anderson. A big shout out to Harry. People are doing it on purpose. A big shout out to Kiki. A big shout out to Dua. A big shout out to Addison. A big shout out to River. A big shout out to Lala. A big, a big shout out to Kiki. A big shout out to Cassie. A big shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Harry. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to Liam. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to Rosalind. Oh, shout out to Kaka Pola. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to Imogen. Shout out to Rosalind. Shout out to Vivi. Shout out to Joy. Somebody said slow down. So I'm slowing down. Shout out to Isabella. Shout out to Lexington. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to Alisa. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to Annabella. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Tatiana. You look pretty. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, let's take 10 seconds to go like and sub. Thank you so much. Do, 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 do. You're pretty. Thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah, I love the way the names were just coming up. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, yeah, I love the way. But that was my first time of doing it that fast. So I have no choice than to laugh about it. But I just love it, okay? So please let's take 10 seconds to like and subscribe so that we can go again. Mm? Yeah, just for those that haven't like, I mean for those that haven't like and subscribe, please let's go and subscribe. Thank you. You're very beautiful. Thank you. I subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Okay. You're welcome. English is good. Oh, thank you. I'm still learning. Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm not like fantastic, but yeah, I'm still learning. Thank you. Do you play in a movie? I love acting, but I think I've acted on stage. Yeah, I've acted on stage, but yeah, not on the normal film. It's just stage movie. Yeah. So let's go. What language? What language you normally speak? Yeah, I speak English and my local language. Yeah, that's all. I just speak French, like go, come, how are you? That's all. Not deep. So I just speak just little of French. Bonjour, je m'appelle this, je m'appelle that. Comment t'appelles-tu? Très bien. So yeah, I just speak little, just like that. That's all. All right, let's dive into it, guys. Have we all like and sub? Let's go. Back to business. A big shout out to Luba. A big shout out to Melanie. A big shout out to Casey. A big shout out to Fluba. A big shout out to Kai and Mackenzie. A big shout out to I speak Croatia. Oh, you teach me. A big shout out to Larry. A big shout out to Catalina. A big shout out to Alora. A big shout out to Sherry. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Benny. A big shout out to Anna. Okay. A big shout out to Hazu. A big shout out to Alisa. A big shout out to Mary. A big shout out to Heaven. A big shout out to Sherry. A big shout out to Hisme. A big shout out to Casey. Yeah, in the UK, yeah. A big shout out to Aloy. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Mia and Gracie. A big shout out to Violet. Shout out to Shama. Shout out to Birafri. Shout out to Azu. Shout out to Adonai. Shout out to Lean. Shout out to Shama. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Gemma. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Heston. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Christine. Shout out to Wendy. Shout out to all Violet. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to Zakai. Shout out to Bill. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to Jocelyn. Shout Shout to Hava, shout to Elena, shout to Ekina, shout to Flona, shout to Edin, shout to Emilia, shout to Boo, shout to Concetta, shout to Cambry, shout to Elena, shout to Eileen, shout to Adriel, shout to Stacy, shout to Kinder, Keely, shout to Jamila, shout to Pes, shout to Jamila, shout to Alisa, shout to Ari and Fiona, shout to Hello, shout out to Emily, shout out to Juicy. Guys, please let's go like and subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, can we please let's quickly go like and subscribe. Just 1 minute. Yeah, like, you subscribe. Let's go. A big shout out to Lily and Mimi. A big shout out to Hendrix. A big shout out to Cornelia. Shout out to Victoria. Shout out to Peyton. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Courtney. Shout out to Tiffany. Shout out to Juxie. Shout out to Painting. Shout out to Eden. Shout out to Painting. Shout out to Mariam. Shout out to Bitu. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Araza. Shout out to Harmony. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Unla. Shout out to Sim. Shout out to Amora. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Eden. Shout out to Breeze. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to Destiny. Shout out to Juliet. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Carly. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Amora. Shout out to Unyi. Shout out to Golly. Shout out to Julian. Shout out to Reagan. Shout out to Ganso. Gashom. Shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Ajay. Shout out to Alice. Shout out to Juliet. Shout out to Carly. Shout out to Lilian Oli. Shout out to Skylar. You're very beautiful. Thank you so much. Shout out to Marvin. Shout out to Tama. Shout out to Rosie.
Good morning, everybody.
Shout out to Vahida.
Today's lesson, we're going to be
Shout out to
looking at
Marvin.
how to do two-digit times
Shout out to
two-digit multiplication.
Jenny. Shout out to Gali. Shout out to Kehira. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Sheila. Shout out to London. Shout out to Sienna. Shout out to Solangi. Shout out to Gabriel. Shout out to Lulu. Shout out to Amelia. Guys, please let's go and subscribe. Thank you so much. Please let's like and sub. Thank you. Can we spam, tap, 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 tap. If you have not liked, please like, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you've done those two, just drop your name. I'll give you a shout out. I'll sing with your name. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's like and sub. Clock it. Yeah, I also create content. Yeah, I post videos every day. So I do fashion art content and all of that, hairstyle, yeah, whatever. So please always drop your comment on the video when you watch them. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, you like it. and yeah, that will keep making me, want to do more. Yeah, and posting more. Yeah, I'll be rest assured that yeah, people are there to watch, and yeah, it's really helping. Yeah, you know what I mean. So let's go. A big shout out to Carly London. A big shout out to Hardy Sin. Shout out to Ariana. Shout out to Phoebe. Shout out to Really. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to Gabriella. Shout out to Jelly. Shout out to Kennedy. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to shout out to Melinda. Shout out to Kelly Reno. Shout out to Ayana. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to 6-7. Oh, who said that? Who was that? Shout out to Camila. Shout out to Mardi. Shout out to Kemi. Shout out to Melissa. Shout out to Mardi. Shout out to Ekenzo. Shout out to Marina. Please drop your name. I'll give you a shout, okay? Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Kimmy. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to your lovely sister, Junie. Shout out to Waveline. Shout out to Camilla. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Natty. Shout out to Kemily. Pride. What to buy sweet for Kiki's classmate?
Chocolate they always say.
Will I buy? Will I sit in that shop?
Get this car back.
I think it's that round this thing. A big shout out to Camilla. A big shout out to Hava. A big shout out to Talina. Shout out to Judia. Shout out to Korea. Shout out to Kafia. Shout out to Nazi. Shout out to Lilia. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Mackenzie. Shout out to Hello. Shout out to Sano. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Sana. You're welcome. Shout out to Super Califragilistic. Oh, that's too much for me to chew. Big shout out to Sasha. Thank you. A big shout out to Avava. A big shout out to Mercy. A big shout out to me. A big shout out to Sienna. A big shout out to Avana. Shout out to Amelia. Thank you for liking and sub. I love you. Shout out to Gabiba. Shout out to Copper. Shout out to Galiba. Shout out to Kennedy. Shout out to Zara. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Montanchi. Shout out to Penelope. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Iroa. Shout out to Mila. Shout out to Zara. Shout out to Mona. Shout out to Missy. Shout out to Akim. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Woi. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Onta. Shout out to Woi. Shout out to Team. Shout out to Kiara. Shout out to Hiba. Shout out to Alania, Z. Shout out to Lizzie. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Mocha. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Onta. Shout out to Gazelle. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to Jackson. Shout out to Rego. Shout out to Kia. Shout out to Minju. Shout out to Kimberly. Shout out to Sadie. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Sama. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Sadie. Shout out to Tree. Shout out to Talia. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Camille. Shout out to Azan. Shout out to Tandy. Shout out to Amra. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Yeah, let's take 10 seconds to like and sub. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Jean Piaget, a Swiss psychologist, is known for his
Let's
theory of
count.
cognitive development, pictured
Let's
here.
go like and sub.
Piaget proposed that children progress through specific stages of cognitive growth, each characterized by unique abilities and ways of understanding the world. His model suggests that the development of thinking, reasoning, and problem-solving abilities follow
We
a
look
particular
alike,
sequence
really?
from birth to adolescence. Let's
Oh,
explore each of
really?
these stages in detail. The first stage of Piaget's theory
I
is the
wish I can
sensory
see your
motor stage,
profile now.
extending from birth to about 2 years. This stage is about learning through sensory experiences and manipulating objects. A key achievement in this stage is object
We look
permanence.
so familiar,
This is the
really?
understanding that objects
Yeah, I can
continue to
see the
exist
profile.
even
You're
when they
having
can't be seen. Another
like a
key
round
achievement
face,
is the
and yeah,
development of motor skills such as
yeah,
crawling
I
and
think so.
walking. This enables physical interaction with the
Yeah, you
environment.
look gorgeous
Next,
as
the
well. If you will look
pre-operational
familiar,
stage,
it means you're
which lasts from
pretty.
approximately 2 to 7 years of
All
age.
right, let's go back
Here, children start to engage in
to the shout
symbolic
out.
play and
Please,
manipulate
if you
symbols in
finish,
a big leap forward in
you've
cognition.
liked and you've
However,
subscribed,
they're still
just
limited by
drop your
feel
names back
centers,
to back.
difficulty in viewing
Okay,
things from
let's
another's
give you a
perspective,
shout out.
and have a not yet fully developed logic,
Why are you
struggling with
counting?
understanding
Yeah, I'm just
principles
counting
like
10
observation.
seconds.
The
I
third
gave
stage
10
is the
seconds so
pre-operational
that
stage,
people can
spanning
go
for about
like and
several
subscribe.
millimeters. At
You
this stage,
understand?
children
Then
start
I
to think
carry
more
on
logically about cognitive
again.
events. They can now
That's why I
understand
was counting.
observation,
Just 10
reversibility,
seconds.
and cause and
So yeah,
effect,
let's go
and they
back,
can
guys.
classify
Drop
objects
your
into
names
concepts.
as
However,
quickly as
cat
possible.
thinking is
Pam
still
pam
taught to
param pam
become
pam
real,
param pam pam param
tangible
pam pam
objects and
pam param pam
experiences.
pam param
The
pam pam
last
param pam pam
stage,
pam pam.
beginning around age 12 and continuing into adulthood, is the
Let's
formal
go. A big
operational
shout out to
stage. During
Brian.
this point,
A big shout out to
individuals can think
Demi.
abstractly and
Shout out to
hypothetically. They can
Isaac.
reason, deduce
Shout out to
consequences, and
Aleja.
engage in problem-solving by systematically testing
Alexandra.
hypotheses.
Shout out to
Sometimes with complex
Soma.
understanding
Shout
of
out to
reasonable, moral, ethical,
Camille.
social, and political issues.
Shout out to
Learning
Bam
and developing
Bam.
cognitive development.
Shout out to
Piaget's theory is by no
Bella.
means perfect. In fact,
You're
it has been
welcome.
widely criticized,
Shout out
especially
to
by social
Brinley.
psychologist Len
Shout out to
Vygotsky. To continue
Notando.
your journey in
Nota
educational theory and develop a
Danzo.
deeper understanding of Piaget's
Shout
ideas,
out to
I'd recommend watching this video
Hola.
next on the
Shout out to
contrasting themes of child
Kami.
development between
Shout out to
Vygotsky and Piaget.
Sophia.
Take notes on how effectively
Shout out to
Vygotsky
Mia.
demonstrates
Shout
the
out to
qualities of Piaget's
Lee.
stage-based theory.
Shout out to Vec. Vecna got me. Shout out to Diana. Shout out to Joel. Shout out to Baby. Shout out to Al. Yeah. Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to Yasmin. Shout out to Camille. Shout out to Aya. Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to Sad. Shout out to Ami. Shout out to Charlene. Shout out to Kitty. Shout out to Sobin. Shout out to Amara. Shout out to Vecna. Shout Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Adi. Shout out to Kiara. Shout out to Devonte. Shout out to Josu. Shout out to Alexia. Shout out to Lincoln. Thank you for loving my voice. Thank you so much. Clock it. Shout out to Alexu. Shout out to Addison. Shout out to Briley. Shout out to Demi. Shout out to Alexia. Shout out to your lovely mom, Sierra. Pretty names. Pretty names. Shout out to Soma. Shout out to Zamaya. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Devonte. Shout out to Serena. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Maxine. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Sigma. Shout out to Liberty. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Camille. Shout out to Ole Sego Alia. Shout out to Luna. Shout out to Joyce Lee. Shout out to Josie. Shout out to Destiny. Shout out to Marcy. Shout out to Harper. Shout out to Roma. Shout out to Camilla. Shout out to Jaya. Shout out to Kinari. Sorry, no worries. Shout out to Alvarado. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Harmony. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Juice. Shout out to Marcy. Shout out to Stitch. Shout out to Stitch. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to Fury. Shout out to Abba. Shout out to Zita. Shout out to Quanta. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Destiny. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Guy. I didn't get that. Please, if I haven't called your name, just put it on the comment section back to back so that my eyes can see it. Okay. Shout out to Rina. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Flat. Shout out to Willow. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Carlos. Shout out to Harmony. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Mayflower. Hi, darling. Clock it. Shout out to Liberty. Hope and Pa. Shout out to Denny. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Omsi. Shout out to Nalia. Shout out to Shirley. Shout out to Aurora. Best YouTuber ever. Oh, thank you. Do you like listening to Vegan Teacher? No. A big shout out to Tila. A big shout out to Steve. Shout out to Eliza. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Brianna. Shout to Bentley. Shout to Mike. Shout to Marty. Shout to Kinley. Shout to Courtney. Shout to Aliza. Shout to Dustin. Shout to Romance and Olive. Shout to Stefia. Steffi. Shout to Kinley. Shout to Gabby. Shout to McKenna. Shout to Teresa. You're welcome. Shout to Lucas. Shout to Lyrics. Shout to Abigail. Shout to Ava, Ashley, and Candace. Shout to Abigail. Shout to Courtney. Shout to Lucas. Shout to Davon. Shout to Mia. Shout to Liam. Shout to Lucas. Shout to Eru. Shout to Athena. Shout to Lucas. Shout to Mia. Shout to Vecna. Shout to Lala. Shout to Anru. Shout to Lizette. Shout to Vecna. Shout to Nas. Thank you so much. Shout to Maya. Shout to Adriel. Andriel. Shout to Nas. Shout to Nova. Shout to Alexandra. Shout to Demog. Shout to Adi. Shout to Arura. Shout to Demogonga. Shout to Steffi. Esther. Shout out to Aurora. Shout out to Nats. Shout out to Adine. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Aideen. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Ya. Shout out to Flavor. Shout out to Arthian. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to Ed. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's wait for 10 seconds. Wait up. Oh. Go live. Did they hear me? Did they hear me? Yeah, Ria. Shout out to Aria. Shout out to Katty. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Fatima. You're the best. Thank you so much. You are the best. You guys are the best. Thank you, gorgeous. Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Skylar. Shout out to Guda. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to Conan. Shout out to Tahim. Shout out to Owen. Shout out to Milo. Shout out to Damori. Shout out to Linda. Shout out to Fukishima. Please, if you have any questions to ask me, I will advise you wait almost to the end of this life. Yeah, please, for now I'm just giving shout out. I'm not seeing your questions. I'm just going for the names, please. Just the names. So if you have any question, wait to the end of the live. I will give 5 minutes for question and answers. Thank you for your understanding. A big shout out to Larissa. A big shout out to Jacob. A big shout out to Kitty. A big shout out to Noel. A big shout out to Sava. Hi, darling. A big shout out to No Kunowa. A big shout out to Billy. A big shout out to Isabel. A big shout out to Zahili. A big shout out to Emerson. A big shout out to Michael. Big shout out to Rosemary. Big shout out to Bella. You are my buckle. Big shout out to Ben. A big shout out to Damia. A big shout out to Masha. A big shout out to Sadie. Hope you get well soon, dear. A big shout out to Costaza. Shout out to Lilo. Shout out to Neo. Shout out to Odi. Shout out to Roko. Shout out to Nossi. Shout out to Oli. Shout out to Elise. Shout out to Jamia. Shout out to Asilo. Shout out to Aubrey. Shout out to Nossi. Shout out to Leo. Shout out to Asilo. Shout out to Sienna. Shout out to Star. Shout out to Haley. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Ozano. Shout out to Marconi. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to Romy. Shout out to Natalie. Shout out to Romy. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to Skylar. Shout out to Marconi. Shout out to Gracie. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Romy. Shout out to Tanjiro. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Sage. Shout out to Ayana. Shout out to Guyana. Thank you so much. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Brelly. If I ever do this for you, God bless and that you were born. Cause these are my that's in the show. And I sing this for you. On my birthday. A big shout out to Peppa. A big shout out to Erin. A big shout out to Sage. A big shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Bonnie. Big shout out to Joseph. Shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Elose. Shout out to Miriam. Shout out to Makani. Shout out to Ariel. You're welcome. Shout out to Alexa. Shout out to People. Shout out to Presley. Shout out to Waverly. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Hella. Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to Lundi. Shout out to Nuggets. Shout out to Shalom. Shout out to Cameron. Thanks for subbing. Shout out to Harley. Shout out to Vivian. Shout out to Kehagan. Shout out to Kende. Shout out to Kashmir. Shout out to Kali. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Kula. Shout out to Vivian. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Kai. I like your voice. Thank you so much. Shout out to Kovu. Shout out to Ozana. Shout out to Nalani. Shout out to Unique. Shout out to Andre. Shout out to Joseph. Shout out to your mommy, Kiara. Shout out to Regan. Shout out to Hamid. You don't stop her. Shout out to Mira. Shout out to Miha. You're welcome. Shout out to Ajohara. Shout out to Stacy. Shout out to Brinley. Shout out to Lindsay and your doggy Molly. Thank you. Shout out to Juju. Shout out to Debbie. Shout out to Lila. Guys, can we take 10 seconds to go like and sub, my darlings? 10 seconds. 1. To go like and sub. 2. Just 10 seconds, guys. Yeah, I'll just wait for 10 seconds. If you have not like and sub, please let's do it. Guys, please, if you have not like and sub, can we do it quickly? Thank you. God bless you all. I love you guys. Love you so much. So much, so much. Shout out to Sally. You all have an amazing names. Yeah, you all are having an amazing, pretty names. Sometimes I just wonder, like, wow, if I could bear the old names, it would be good, right? So please let's drop our names and please oh, you subscribe. Thank you for subbing. I like and sub. Thank you for liking and sub, my darling. Thank you. God bless you, everyone. So we'll go back to we'll go back to the shout out, guys. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go, 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 go. A big shout out to Kiki. A big shout out to Hodjas. A big shout out to Bluebird. A big shout out to Garen. A big shout out to Emily. Shout out to Mackenzie. Shout out to Aria. Shout out to Baby Soja. That name sounds familiar. Shout out to Remy. Shout out to Entries. Shout out to Raiden. Shout out to Aria. Shout out to Trinity. Shout out to Marcin. Hi, you're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Your voice is angelic. Thank you. God bless you. A big shout out to Genesis. A big shout out to thank you so much. Please, I'm a fan. Lilia. A big shout out to Lilia. Big shout out to Jay. Big shout out to Miranda. Big shout out to Amber. Shout out to Delvon. Shout out to Haley. Shout out to Baby Saja. Shout out to PP. Shout out to Ayad. Shout out to Miranda. Shout out to Gihana. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Mihanda. Shout out to Kaka. Shout out to Andre. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Irene. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Kaka. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Reagan. Shout out to Simena. Shout out to Jace. Shout out to Lila. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Thank you so much. Please can we please can we like and sub? Thank you. Shout out to Evie. Shout out to Ima. Shout out to Ligmambia. Shout out to Hazel. Shout out to Whitney. Shout out to Hetty. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Lucy. Shout out to Zena. Shout out to Maximiliano. Guys, don't forget to check my videos. I post every day. God bless you. I post every day. God bless you. And thanks for your lovely comments. They are inspiring. Yeah, thank you so much. Some of your comments made my heart like that comment worth it and keeps me going. Thank you so much for your well constructive and very sensible comments. A big shout out to Baby. A big shout out to Miranda. A big shout out to Ayana. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Baby. Shout out to Baby Saja. Shout out to Ayana. Shout out to Faith. Shout out to Darling. Shout out to Ima. Shout out to Emilia. Shout out to Nola. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to Mariam. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Kahilani. I'm from Oxford University. I saw your live after scrolling. You're welcome. And how is Oxford University? I hope you're enjoying the school. Yeah, you can also like and subscribe so that when it's tough in school, you can't just assimilate. You can come to my live, drop your name, and I'll give you a shout. So probably that will calm your nerves. Okay, guys, please let's put down our names. I'll give you a shout out, okay? Yeah. A big shout out to Miracle and Charlie. Yeah. A big shout out to Maria. Big shout out to Giovanna. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Blake.
This now the military man where they say
Shout out to Glovana.
yesterday, which was the 10th of January
Thank you
2025.
for
According to the
subbing.
Federal Government,
Shout out
Tinubu
to
budget
Rufia.
as some of the security
Shout out
operatives
to
is expected to be
Ayana. Shout out to
heavily reduced now
Zoe.
because of
Shout out
latest
to Gloria
developments due to the
Dom. Shout
security
out to
protest
Mila.
that government should
Shout out
not
to
intervene in
Chloe.
that
Shout out to
matter as
Zero.
Trump
Shout out to
said he will
Zoraya.
stop fighting for 100 million, 200 million,
Shout out to
or $100 million
Stephanie.
for having to knife and beat just to try to get his stupid work done.
Shout out to
This policy
Connie.
has now become
Shout
a
out to
beeline for
Toriana.
Republicans where people are no longer safe or secure. To our greatest
Shout out
surprise,
to
America's
Hava. You're the
foremost
best. I love your video.
armed forces
Oh,
is
now you're
now
gonna make me
mobilized
cry.
for another person. Just a picture of a leg. Make that when everybody say make you drop
Thank you.
yourself.
You all are
Drop am
lovely. Thank you so much.
for your belly.
A big shout out to Kira. If I cry now, who will do the shout out? I think you all will watch me cry. I'll be like, there will not be anyone to do the shout out. And probably if I'm doing it and I'm crying, I'll be like, hey, shout out to Soraya. Shout out to Gabi. And you'll be like, oh my god. Oh, so funny. Okay, let's keep going. A big shout out to baby. A big shout out to Steven. A big shout out to Rain. A big shout out to Daniela. A big shout out to Sirat. Fixed. I should fix the wig. How is it like? How is the wig like? Is it not nice? It's nicely combed now. It's not bad. Okay, let's go. A big shout out to Hairnose. I'm your big fan. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Amber. Are you king? A big shout out to Charlotte. A big shout out to Ayana. I watched you yesterday. And I saw you yesterday. It was amazing. You're welcome again. Mm? This is the only live stream. Your name will be called. Uh, your name will be called with a lovely tone, special way. So you can't afford to miss it. Every day is always amazing and mind blowing. Pooh. Let's go. A big shout out to Kenzie. So what's your name? Big shout out to Charlotte. You're so pretty. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Why are you so pretty? No. All right, guys. Let's go. A big shout out to Summer. Oh my god. Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys laugh. A big shout out to Charlotte. A big shout out to Sadie. A big shout out to Jacob. A big shout out to Emmeline. I don't know why. Bro. Why is she so pretty? I don't know. Damn. You all are gorgeous, okay? And you have pretty names. Pretty look as well. Clock it. A big shout out to Sophia. A big shout out to Rosaline. My eyes. My eyes. A big shout out to Yuncha. A big shout out to Helen. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Hannah. A big shout out to you too. A big shout out to Judson. Yeah, Juzan. A big shout out to Bella. A big shout out to Ariana. You're so nice and pretty. Thank you. You're amazing as well. A big shout out to Emma. A big shout out to Easy. A big shout out to Henos and Rufia. A big shout out to Isabel. A big shout out to Nafisa. A big shout out to Kim. You're welcome. A big shout out to Lila. Don't tell me Didi. No, no. Don't tell me that. I need your name. Francine. Big shout out to Vian. Big shout out to Nelly. You are the best. You're so beautiful. I want you every time, and I'm happy to make you cry. Happy, a joy. Oh no, thank you. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Molly. A big shout out to Kiki. I do know Stray Kids. Yes, 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 yes. I know them. A big shout out to Neely. A big shout out to Kenley. Hi. How are you doing? As you can see, I'm having fun. A big shout out to Nina. A big shout out to Jodine. A big shout out to Neely. Let's go. Guys, please let's like and sub. What's the time now? So we have 10 minutes to go. Yeah, roughly 10 minutes to go. Yeah, we have 10 more minutes to go. Please, if you have not subscribed, please let's go like and sub. And don't forget to tell your friends, your family to also to also like and sub. You can share with your friends, let them also come here to have fun. Okay. A big shout to Madison. A big shout to Mila. A big shout to Willow. A big shout to Sophia. Shout out to Dorcas. Shout out to thank you so much. You're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to Neat. Shout out to Willow, Amalia, and Amelia, all your friends. I have a question for you. Are you beautiful? No, no, I'm not beautiful. No, but I'm just fine. No, 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 no. I'm not. I'm not beautiful, but I'm just okay with the look. No, just on average. That's a big question, guys. Let's carry on. A big shout out to Willow. We have less than 10 minutes. Huh? Okay. Girl, bye. You are so beautiful. Oh, Brittany. Have an amazing night rest. So I have 10 minutes to go and I'll be ending the live. Thank you all for your time. It was indeed a pleasant one and an amazing one. I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Three times tomorrow, morning, afternoon, evening. You can as well turn on your notification button so that you know when I'm on live. I'm sorry, because honestly, I can't predict the time I come on live. It's not yet fixed because um, I can have an emergency call. I can have something. Yeah, I'm a mom, so I need to balance between here and the family. So I have to um sometimes delay by 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends. So, but it will be good if you turn on your notification button so when I go live, yeah, you'll be notified. Okay, so thank you so much. You can share with your friends, let them come, let's have fun, laugh together. You can see I smiled today, I've laughed. And it was fun. Yeah, sweet dreams, Aliyah. I wish I was you. You are so beautiful. Oh my god, I didn't even know if I'm beautiful. That's the honest truth. Yeah, I just see myself like, every other person. Yeah, I didn't even know if I'm beautiful or this. I just. So, anyway, that is how I should be. Clock it, guys. Is it time yet? Is it 10 minutes yet? Is it time to leave? Hmm? A big shout out to Jade. A big shout out to Madison. You are. You are nigga. I saw that on the comment section. Yeah, what does that mean? I don't know. Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? Oh, this thing is going back. What does that mean? Okay. She looks South African. Mm, no, I'm not South African. South African, sorry. I am Nigeria. I am from Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Nigeria, the giant of Africa. So that's our slogan. And yeah, we are. So, but I currently live in the UK. A big shout out to Alicia. You look beautiful. Oh, clock it, my darling. You look amazing as well. Beautiful. A big shout out to Amba. Keep keep getting shout out and then tell us cause it's not yet 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, I agree with you. Okay, let's see when it's 11:45. So I'm adding like 5 minutes. Okay. So drop your names now. Let's go. A big shout out to Frankie. A big shout out to Ariana. A big shout out to Dookie. A big shout out to Ayla. A big shout out to Faye. A big shout out to Rayleigh. Shout out to Poppy. Shout out to Brianna. A big shout out to Demi. I'm the one who asks. No, I'm not beautiful. A big shout out to Brittany. A big shout out to Alex now. A big shout out to Mataya. Your birthday's today, are you sure? Yes, you are. You stop saying that. Yeah. Okay, I will try. A big shout out to Zoe. A big shout out to Elizabeth. A big shout out to King Gun. A big shout out to Pana. A big shout out to Sienna. A big shout out to Amy. A big shout out to Ahila. Don't you know some people are happy? Yeah, don't you know some people are happy when when they say, "Are you beautiful?" and you say, "No, you are not." Don't you know that gives them joy? Yeah, people feel good. Like, they're always happy when something goes bad. When you say something negative, yeah, they agree with you. But nevertheless, I know who I am and I know what I look like. Beauty lies in the hands of the beholder. So, if you ask me such a question, I will tell you the negative answers that you want to know. Yeah, but I know how I look. All right, guys. I think is it time? It's 4 more minutes. Okay, let's go. A big shout out to Ahila. A big shout out to Chesney. Somebody said if I say my name, bend over, I will give you $100. Oh my days! You know that that is not your name. Yeah, you're just making fun. I'm sorry, I won't fall for that. A big shout out to Camelia. A big shout out to Lini. Trust me, he's just lying so you can say his name. Trust me. I trust you. I know. Clock it. Save your money. I don't need it. A big shout out to Abby. A big shout out to Freya. A big shout out to Lily. You're welcome, my darling. A big shout out to Hobby. A big shout out to Haley. A big shout out to Amrita. I think this is the first time I'm saying your name. And thank God I give you a shout out. Big shout out to Lena. Big shout out to Neha. Big shout out to Loya. Big shout out to Mekoni. Thank you for subbing. I love you so much. Shout out to Samantha. Shout out to Christina. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to Bailey. Shout out to Ashley. Oh, thank you for subbing, my darling. You're amazing. I love you all. Love you so much. Comment section can be so funny. Yeah, comment section can be so funny. This evening, I think I have had on the yeah, I just have 1 minute, so let's chat, okay? Yeah, let's chat. So on the comment section, I saw three different persons with hate speech. I just look and pass, as in, yeah, it doesn't get to me. I don't even care. Yeah, I don't even care. As long as my besties, my subscribers, my fans, they're happy, I'm okay. I'm completely okay. Hate speech, bullies don't get to me. Yeah, I'm at that point. You are confident. Yeah. Why you want other name? Yeah, I'm at that point in my life where I don't listen to side talks. Yeah, the most important thing is all this hate speech, and one, they don't know you, and two, where were they when you were not on YouTube? Like, where were they? What are the benefits? What have they offered to you as a person? Nothing. There are times in your life when you are down. Where were they? So they can't just come up and start to tell you how to live your life, what to do and what not to do. Absolutely, they don't have that right. And please, my darlings, don't fall prey to them. They have nothing to offer you. Your happiness matters a lot, and your dreams. So go for it. What they say, put it behind you and you move ahead. They can only see the back of your head, and they'll see you grow. That is what they'll see you. But do what you want to do, that you are convinced to do. Please, please, and please, don't listen to side talks. Don't listen to negative words. When you won't understand. Okay? So I think that is what I will say. I think I've yeah, it's time. Yeah, it's time to go. So yeah, just be confident of yourself and work on yourself. Just keep pushing. You're the best of what God has created. Let your light so shine. Let your star shine. Shine on, my darling. Be the goat of your time. Don't let anything trouble you. Don't feel less of yourself. You are the best version of yourself. Come on. So it's one of those things. And I'm not surprised to see it comments. I wasn't surprised at all. I was expecting it, and I'm seeing it. So get prepared, as in get ready for those things. Those things are what will lift you up and what will keep you going. Don't feel depressed, honestly. Yeah, don't feel depressed. Don't feel, oh, you're not loved. You don't know them. So their comment doesn't count. They are just noise. Yes, it's just noise. It doesn't add anything to you. Yeah, it's just noise. You said I should please say, hey, Mona. Are you happy? My name is Autumn. Autumn is a pretty name. Yeah, I love Autumn. You have a pretty name, Autumn. I just hope I pronounce it well. Serida, Madi, Mia, Corey, Brianna. Brianna, it's time to go. We all know that. My name is Jaheli Scarlett. Thank you so much. I'm gonna sub. Wow. You're welcome, my dear. Thank you so much. My name is Zoe. So, guys, don't forget what I told you. Yeah, be the best version of yourself. Don't let hate or negative things that they are saying about you. They can say it at your back. Don't give, don't give listening ears to it. Instead, I'll say just work on yourself. Anything you love doing, go get it, and you'll be the best. Hmm? Be the goat of your time. Shine. The world will see you. The world is waiting to embrace you. The world is waiting to watch you, succeed. The world is watching. Go for it. You are the best. Absolutely the best. Okay? So, for now, for me to you, I love you. Keep shining. Okay? I love you guys. Keep shining. Keep glowing. Keep growing. Keep learning and putting everything in check. Mm? Yeah. Okay? Keep learning, keep growing, keep shining. I love you guys. So I'll be leaving now, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm missing you guys already. Okay? Uh, I'm missing you guys. anyways. Anyways, we'll see tomorrow. Hmm? We'll definitely see tomorrow, guys. Oh, my dear. All right, bye. Yeah, say bye to me. I'm waiting. Say bye to me. I will see you tomorrow. You're not telling me bye. They are dropping their names. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Willow. Willow, tell me bye. Ombre, tell me bye. Hi, Jessica. Really? Say bye. Giovanna, tell me bye. Bye. Hiya. Say bye. Ombre, say bye. Yeah, I'm going to sleep, guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's late. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for saying bye. Thank you, Harbor. It's the tomatoes person. Tomatoes. Why you like this? Why? From one of your live stream. Yes, I know you. Why you like this? Hi, Sophia. Bye, guys. I'll see you some other time. Hmm? I'll finish singing today. Savannah, la, lana, tomatoes. Chelsea. Sophia. Julia. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow, okay? Let me go sleep. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Yeah, don't forget, I always drop my videos, yeah. I drop post every day, every day. Please always watch out for it, okay? And drop your comments. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, we have 26 now. I thought the viewers are, the numbers are going down, but it's like the numbers are rising again. Um, I think in America the time is 5 minutes late, so which is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So they're like about 6 o'clock. in America. Guys, please let's like and subscribe. Yeah, let's subscribe because I'll be ending the live now. I'm so sorry, and I'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. So if you want to see me, yeah. Yes, I do have kids. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. I can't thank you enough. God bless you. So we are ending the stream now. Tomatoes. Oh God, tomatoes. How are you like? That name doesn't fit you now. Hmm? Can we help you change it? Do you want us to give you another name? Nasi Abina. Hi, Cleo. Chloe. Please invite your friends, your family. Yeah, they can come sub and yeah, just to brighten their day. And I post videos every day. You can see that I don't want to leave. You can see I don't want to leave. I'm missing you all already. Yeah, I'm always happy being on this live stream. Okay, bye guys. Please don't forget to watch my fashion arc videos. They are on my page. Thank you so much, Jesus. That's your name, Jesus Matters. Yeah, please, you can they're on my page, fashion arcs and other things. Don't say, oh, it's meant for ladies. Yeah, it can be helpful to your girlfriend. It can be helpful to your mom, your sisters. Yeah, just yeah, always watch it. It can be helpful to your female friend, not really your, to your wife, as the case may be. Thank you for your support. I love this channel. I love going live. I love seeing everyone. Bye. Bye bye. 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 Gloria. Bye. Lola. Clark it. Bye. Thank you, Gloria. I'll see you. Bye.